assume they're just going to drop my container here.
Yeah.
You okay with that?
Yeah,
okay.
No problem. Yeah.
We don't have we got what you could fit in a container as far as tools go, so like...
You can use whatever you want.
Okay, thank you.
So whatever's here is yours, man.
Okay. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
The place is nice.
Yeah.
Right on, Brian.
A little out of the way, which is good.
Yeah, no, that is good. You don't have a lot of people coming by bugging you.
No, that's
That's how you keep working. That's how you get
If you
shit
want to
done.
keep them out, you just close them gates, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, they shut at 4 o'clock, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's beautiful out here.
Yeah, nice. So you're running like 10 minutes away?
I was to start with.
Your hotel? Yeah.
I don't know where we got
left
disconnect on the drive on the address, but
that address on social media is not correct.
But we do it that way so they don't know where we are.
Yeah, that's smart. That's very smart.
okay, just to confirm, here's where it's headed. That's right, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
The hotel's only 10 minutes from here?
Yeah. Oh yeah, we took a. We went.
Is it cool if I look?
Go for your life, man. Yeah. Carbon fiber guys here, they've been here since like 7.
Ah, I feel so bad.
No, it's all good. But I'm going to set them up outside so they don't make a fucking mess. But
Okay.
they'll chew it up and get stuck into it pretty quick.
Hell yeah.
How many pieces in the front you think?
Glenn, I don't want to lie to you. I don't know. It all happened so quickly, and I was pissed, so I was just throwing stuff everywhere. But we got everything. Like him and I went back and got. Okay, so it's a one-piece front end. Okay, but then the hood is Zeused on because we usually we leave that on there. What I can remember is it seemed like it broke at the fender, and like part of it stayed on the car, and then the hood and the side of the fender went flying over the wall. And then the rest, I don't know, 4 or 5 big pieces, but there's a lot of small stuff. So, look, I'm not a carbon guy, but I know those guys are probably fantastic.
Yeah.
I looked at it and was like, man, I don't know how we're gonna get that back together. Yeah. So I'm hoping that you guys look at it and go, oh no, we can do this. But I'm not.
He's pretty good, but
I'm not banking on it. Oh, here you go. Show that to him.
Okay.
That's front piece.
If you want to go in there and show that to the carbon guys so they know what's going on.
I think they've seen that already.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. The more pieces we got, the better.
The better, for sure. Yeah,
Pieces back together. And the other front is in the container?
It's in the container. Okay. Yeah. And if you guys look at it and you go, man, we really need to use that, then we're going to use it.
Yeah, I mean, we'll try not to.
Yeah, if not, then I'm going to, me and Frank talked about if I could like leave it here, then Frank's going to, I think he's going to talk the dude into sending the car down here for y'all to set it up.
Okay.
And then y'all just, that way I don't have to ship it back to Perth, you know?
Yeah.
But whatever. However we got to do it.
So that was the front he was using?
Yeah, it was on his car. He brought me the whole car.
I tried to get him to bring the front end, and he brought a whole car.
He said, no, use my car. He's like, no, you use it for the next 4 events. And I said, okay, I appreciate that. I'm just weird about, like, if I wreck my car, it's no big deal. I'll fix it. But, man, if I wreck this, that's this guy's baby. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it was really cool for him to do that. And I just said, man, I don't want to, don't take this the wrong way. I just don't want to use it. Plus, you know how, like, a no-prep car, the motor's back. It's got weight in the trunk. It's like set up for no prep stuff. Yeah. He has a 92-inch mid-plate to axle center line. Turbos hanging out the front.
10.5 car basically.
Wasn't going to make, I don't even know if it would have made it down that track. That track was terrible to start with. Yeah. So.
So when did you fly out of there?
When did we fly out? Last night. We left at 3:30. Okay. And we got in at midnight to the hotel finally.
Yeah, okay.
And then we'll stay here. I mean, they're going to want me for TV purposes on Thursday, but we'll just figure it out.
Yeah.
So, like, they're going to want me they're going to want me at Brisbane.
Queensland,
Yeah. If I said that right. But, I mean, we'll make it work. I mean, like, if I have to, I also think if I showed up Friday morning,
it would be the end of the
me, myself, that would be okay, you know? And ultimately, after you look at the car, we'll just figure out what we got to do. You gonna put it? Is your plan to put it on the table?
Yeah, I mean, you got projects with it?
Yes.
Is it easier on projects or a hoist to pull the motor?
Either or.
This is Bill.
That's me.
Hi, Bill. How are you, buddy? Ryan Martin. Nice to meet you. I think we could handle either way. Whatever. I mean, you think if we stuck it on that lift right there, it might be able to bang it out real quick?
Yeah, because you're just rolling it on there and lifting it up.
Yeah, probably so. Probably we'll do that first. But we do have projects with it.
Okay. And then I've got a table. We'll probably roll under it.
Okay. We're going to get all the motor training out, I'm sure, right? Okay, we'll look it over. We'll get the motor training out of it. We're going to think Frank's going to come in tomorrow. We're going to French the motor and stuff up while you guys are finished, working on the car.
Is the motor good?
Motor good. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with the motor, but it did swallow some carbon. Okay. So when so the blower broke and it swallowed some carbon pieces, some stuff like that. It's got 35 runs in the rods. I have stuff already.
Okay.
So we're just gonna take the time to freshen it. Yeah. So we'll pull the motor out. Maybe if you have an engine stand around here or something, we can pop it on it.
No problem.
Pop it on it.
Bill does all our engines and stuff, so whatever you need.
Okay.
Stand-wise, tools.
We got everything.
Yeah, we have all the parts. Like, we should be totally good. We just we brought everything to service it. So didn't know we were gonna have to service it this way. But
Yeah, I thought we'd make it to France at least.
Yeah, right.
Somewhere.
Yeah.
Have you heard from Robin?
I have heard from Robin. Have you seen pictures?
Only in the container.
Okay, yeah, that's about all I've got too.
Yeah.
So they pulled, okay, did you see in the container that big job box?
Yeah.
Okay, that got wedged underneath the car. So last night, they did some weird stuff. And maybe this is typical. So that thing flipped over, they flipped it back over. And then the car's in here like this, they just hauled it back to Perth. They did not straighten it up. They did not do anything.
And then
so when they opened the doors, it was just sitting there on the deals, and that's how they hauled it. So it beat it up more on the way back.
Oh, for sure.
And then the job box was jammed up underneath the car. Well, I don't know, insurance purposes, something, I guess they had to be the ones to pull the job box out. Well, when they pulled the job box out, it tore it up. Like, the text message, there's so much crazy stuff going on because of Robin's car and my car and logistics and all this stuff right now that everything's going crazy. But one of the producers texted me and said it is so much worse today after they had pulled the job box out. Yeah. Like, it must have tore up the suspension or something. I don't know.
Would they drag it out?
I don't know. And I said, I didn't. Let's be honest. I'm so excited that I found you guys. I want to make sure my car gets done. But I told Robin's my good buddy, so I just said, hey, I'll let these guys know, but I want you to assess mine and see if it's going to be like. I'm hoping you look at it and go, this won't be that big of a deal. Yeah. But you're going to be the guy to tell me that. So.
Is he still cosmetic, you think?
Well,
it sounds like it's worse today, which would lead me to believe that there's something in the rear end that's messed up.
So did the truck crash and roll over?
Yes.
So they uprighted the truck
and then sent it. Like, switch the trailers and then sent it.
How did they do that?
Makes no sense. Like, they hauled it. The pictures that you saw with the cars like this, that's how they hauled that. All at 6 hours back to Perth.
So it broke the straps inside the container?
At least one of them for sure. So I don't know if they restrapped it down. Yeah. He took pictures when he got to see it last night, and that is the pictures were the car like this in the container, so they had to have hauled it like that.
That's how it was on the highway. Oh, shit.
I got a CTSV that makes like 1200 that's still, it's like a 17 model that still has the direct injection stuff on it. It works very good. When you put that motor in like a Chevelle, so you have to control it with something else, right? Like the best way to do it. So we use the Holly, Holly dummy here. In my opinion, I have found that ditching the direct injection and using port injection only basically converts it back to motors like this, and it's just as easy, and it makes it to tune it and everything the same way. Yeah.
We've got a couple of builds coming up, and that's what I'm asking.
So the problem. So here's where it gets tricky. I wouldn't have ever used the direct injection to start with, except for I started with a 10-speed. Right. So I put the LT4 and the T-speed in. So the factory computer had to control that. Well, it has to be able to control. It's all related together. So torque management and the timing and the injection timing and all that stuff is all together. Yeah. So like once I said, okay, I'm taking the 10-speed out because you couldn't race it very good. Like you could cruise it across the country, no problem. But it didn't make a good race car because first gear was like a 295, it was super low. So we tried to trick it and leave in second gear, and that made it a little better, but it wasn't great. I said, man, I know it'll be way faster with a 480. So we got the car to go with the 10-speed in it. Yeah. I knew nothing. All we did was put the 480 in it, and then do the conversion, controlled it from Holly, and the thing goes forward just by going 10-speed to 480.
And the 480, 210 first gear?
210 first gear, yeah. And I had I think I put a 355 in the rear end, I think.
Who supplies the 480 for you?
Rosler.
Best one.
In my opinion, the best transmission to get is Carl Rosler. For a 480. Yeah. All my cars all my race cars have Mark Mickey stuff in it. Mark and I are good friends. But, you know, Lutz runs all of Rosler stuff. Sean runs all of Rosler stuff. Like, he makes great stuff all the way around. But, but his 480s, nobody can compare to those. They are the best 480s you can buy. Yeah. They're expensive. I mean, it's 12 grand for training, I think. But they'll take, I mean, I don't know many other overdrive transmissions that'll take 1,200 of the tires and, you know, drive the piss out of them and then drive them across the country and
still streetable.
Still streetable. Fully automatic valve body. You pull up to the stoplight, just leave it and drive and let it go.
Trans brake too.
Got a trans brake also.
He makes everything in house basically.
Yeah.
All the parts for it.
That probably helped a lot right there.
Yeah, man. It
I
doesn't
didn't
slip.
slip the belt on the dyno.
No.
And then is that a 10 rib? 12 rib?
Is that
It's big. No, it's big.
No,
It's
it's
big.
10.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. The alternator's 8. Sorry.
Okay, yep.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
Just waiting one on yours, ain't it?
What's this guy?
That's water. It's got a interchiller on it. So that's what the AC pump is, the air conditioning pump.
Yeah, I tried to put one on my Chevelle.
Yep.
I didn't have good luck.
So we got it down there, the interchiller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is the compressor keep up with it?
It does in this application because it's not raced. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we control the water pump and the air conditioning with the Haltech.
Okay.
So I've got a sensor in there. If it gets down to 5 degrees water temp, I'll turn the AC off, and it seems to cycle quite well.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's good to know.
Yeah,
If we ever get
possible. This side is obviously there's a bunch of shit bent over here, but the strut in the strut cup, it's like the cup is like this, but the strut shaft is still straight. So I don't really think it's bent, and and the wheel still spins, so I don't think it's bent down here. This side, the wheel is like this. Okay. But the same deal, the strut's all in line and everything, but I think because it's taken the frame rails and did that with it,
Move the control arms
it's
out.
moved the control arms at the bottom away, and that's what's got
Loaded up here.
So like, I think they are, but I don't want to. I'm so like I'm on my edge of my seat because I wanted to be here at 6 o'clock this morning and tearing this thing apart, and here we are at 1. But I want to know so bad, but I think that they're okay. I hope that they're okay.
Is it headed this way yet?
Yes, that was this way. When we pulled up, it was on its way here.
We rang a suspension guy that we use here.
Yeah.
He's got a shock dyno.
Yep.
So if we need, or even if you
Run
think
them
we
over
should, maybe just run them over and just double check
Absolutely.
them.
Yeah. Chris Bell, who I know you guys reached out to.
Yeah.
He's also said, which, you know, we just have no time for anything. He's like, hey, if I can help however I need to, like whatever I need to do. But yeah, whatever you guys think. Unfortunately, we're at your mercy on the resources that y'all have.
Yeah.
But I'll do whatever I got to do. You know, we'll help. He's gonna be here the whole time. So like, basically for the TV show process, I mean, and this is just to me being upfront with you guys, but you'll still understand this. So like, there's 3 major parts of this. Okay, it's unload the container. You and I talk about the damage and what we got to do to fix it. We'll do it like a kind of a thing with that, and then we all get to work. We don't have to sit there and film all that. But in the middle of it, we can go, okay, we figured out this is the plan and this is how we're going to fix it. And then they'll speed it up, blah, 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 blah. And then at the end, we go, cool, we got it fixed, and we load it in the box and it rolls out. So there's, like, that in itself will be, I mean, we'll film for an hour and they'll use 4 minutes of footage. But that's just how it is, you know what I mean? But on our end, you know, we'll just talk all this out. What you're doing for us, we appreciate it. We'll make sure everybody knows y'all fixed it.
And our YouTube stuff will be totally different.
Like
it'll be like this stuff right here.
We have a lot of we control completely what goes on all of our social media stuff, all of our YouTube and everything, so we can do whatever we got to do.
So he drives up the side there, and there's a ramp that goes into the top.
No kidding.
So they used to be down here, but every time we worked, they just got fucking trashed and dirty and stuff. So we built that part, which is a concrete slab, that extension you can see. Pushed all the fab into there, and then he parks his cars up top.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. We were a little bit cramped before. Normally the semi's in there, the transporter part backs into there, and we sort of run the race side over there. But it's down in Melbourne at the moment. We just finished a car for George Lotus, caravan supplier. It's that radial car we tested last week.
Yes.
Yeah, 69 Camaro. Yeah. So he had a show on the weekend, so I flew down and started it up for the crowd.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it was cool. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's where you were at when you said you were flying home.
Yeah, I was flying home last night. Yeah. I had to look for you at the airport because I arrived at the same time.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I couldn't see you.
Yeah.
Just in case you had heard, fuck, we're on, I was going to come straight here and unload, you know?
Oh, that would have been so good. Could you imagine how much more we would have done by now? I know.
Yeah.
Trust me, it's killing me, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You reckon the mid plate's bent?
I do not think. Do you think the mid plate's bent? I don't think the mid
I
plate's
think
bent.
maybe Frankie said that. He took a photo of it from the top, and I couldn't see a bend in it. I could see a bend in the front one.
So here's what it's done. It's broke the transmission mount. Okay, so obviously it's gotten bind, right? The bottom where the bell housing meets the mid plate, there's an 1/8 inch gap, like on one side at the bottom.
Which could just be a pound.
It could just be right. That's what I'm hoping.
Yeah.
I don't think the mid plate's bent at all.
The front plate, you can see the front plate bowed.
Yeah.
Like the whole, everything.
But still think that's
chopped
gonna.
over.
I still
Which
think that'll
if
go
you
bling.
chop it like pretty much right in front of the front plate.
That's where I'm hoping
it's just
to
going to go
Yeah.
boing, like flop back.
I don't know that we're gonna get that lucky, and I'll tell you why. I'm worried about this bar right here because from here, I would say from right about there, this bar starts to go like this. Now, when we cut it, maybe ching, it goes over. But that is also back here, if I can remember on this side, right? Is where it created the gap on the bell housing.
Yeah, on this side.
Yeah. So,
Well, I mean, it's pretty bent to like here.
Yeah, I could see it from there. Like I could see that it's got a bit of
yes, make the next race bad. But if I can't, like I also don't want to take the car and go take it back across the states and then cut it up again.
No chance. No way.
And I know me and Ryan talked. I know that's not what you want either. So if we have to extend time, I'll just have to make it work.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry that I got you guys here so early, and the truck is taking so long to get here.
That's okay.
So I apologize for that.
No dramas.
I didn't. Wouldn't have been my intentions at all. They told us it was going to be here already. Hopefully, I don't have you too crazy of a hard project to be working on. We're going to see here hopefully in the next few minutes. I hope.
Oh, awesome.
But
So we're here at Moits. We just got the container.
Finally got the car. It is about 12 hours late. We have too much work to do already as it is, and then the container for some reason showed up 12 hours late. We were hoping this was going to be here about this time yesterday, and it is now 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So it's Monday morning, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. We only have about 3 days to try to get this thing fixed. It's going to be tough as it is, but we're going to see. But we finally got a car. That's the one. So what'd you ask me, Richard?
Ryan, what is the big concern here that we're looking at? Where are you,
how far we have to cut this to fix it. So if we can cut it here forward and fix the car, it's no big deal. Yeah. Like dramatically saves us a lot of time. What I'm worried about is you've got your upper frame rails and your lower frame rails, and in our lower frame rails right here, this one doesn't look that bad, but this bottom one is pushed out a little bit. So it's going to really depend on, after these guys cut it,
What it does.
how it springs back. Like all this stuff springs pretty good, so it's really going to determine on how much it springs back as to where we can cut it. So, no here. Forward.
That's it. Good.
So we'll know here in a few.
oh, baby.
Like, you know, the bend in the lower rail that we're seeing, at least it hasn't bent it from the mid plate over like this.
Right.
Like it's only from the rear control arm back.
Yeah.
So I think once we snip here, it should
push back over.
Yeah. If it doesn't, we'll move it.
Yeah, I got you.
So now that you've seen it, what are you thinking? What's your first impression right now?
Worse than you thought?
As expected.
Okay, as expected. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good spot to be in. Okay, he said as expected.
Oh, okay.
If he would have said, "Ooh, it's a lot worse," then I've been sweating it right now. I mean, which I'm still kind of sweating it, but
Right.
I know we have it in the right hands. I know you got. There's not a doubt. I've seen what you guys do. There's no doubt that she'll fix it 100% right. So
yeah.
But I realize that I'm tall order here. And let me just go ahead on the record and say this. And we'll start pulling parts out here in a minute. And I'm going to do that while these guys are yanking this part. The fuel tank's untouched.
Okay.
Although I'm not like super keen on this mount. Like if you want to whack all that off and come up with something cooler, I'm good with that too. On this side. I think it'll be all right here. Yeah. So if you look from back here, it looks like it don't start till right in through here.
Yeah. So probably best picking it out of there.
Yeah.
Just go straight back in.
Yeah.
It's our Boxo, baby. Gotta give it those boys.
So, but it ain't bent.
So, Hobby, what are you thinking? Now that you
What
got
I'm
it up
thinking
and you're
is
looking at it.
we're thrash mode and shit's really bent, so we're going to.
Is it as bad as you thought it was, or
No,
worse, better?
No, it's the same. Like he said, it's
yeah?
about par for the course. There's the transmission mount's broke back here. That's pretty cool.
So, all right. So part of this thing is when we hit the wall, it blew up the front end.
Okay.
No, but as you can see, the front end's got mangled up pretty good. So the hood actually does not look nearly as bad as I thought, as I remembered. He said they're going to have the hood doctored up here pretty quickly. But my man over here is these guys are going to hustle in the next couple days, and they say they're going to make a front end out of this thing still. So I don't know. These guys are magicians at what they do, and I'm sure they're going to prove it to us. But that fender and stuff's still good, so maybe it won't be as bad. But it's just another part of the process. So we're going to get out of here and let these guys work.
All right.
Did you meet Costa?
How are you, buddy? Doing okay? Cannot complain. I feel a lot better now that this is in y'all's hands. Boxo.
Yep.
Look at that. Let's see. I think I'll use this. Nope. This. Nope. I'll figure there's tools out here in a minute. No. Like you talking about the intersect point?
No, we crossed them to what? To the ground?
To look back at my notes. When we won that race with it, I was very in tune with it. I'm trying to remember what it was.
Is that the stuff you wrote down? Remember?
Probably. Did I write it down in your book?
I have it.
Okay. We'll look in his book here in a minute.
Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that yet. You might have cut the zip ties. I broke that there. Now, but if you move the shifter, you can go up a little bit.
Let's just tidy this up here. We'll get it back down and then look at what's going on up there.
That's a piece of that over here.
So we're gonna cut that mid plate will straighten back up after it's cut.
Put it?
I think the mid plate will straighten back up.
You can just put that back there if you want.
Oh, yeah, you want?
Yeah, you can. It's not gonna hurt you. You don't want to plug it all up later. This weird size, Rick. This is not the same as our other shit.
We might be right.
Okay, yeah, those are 6-point, and then supposedly the big one, but they're little headed ones. It's like they're all the same size, but if you'd have used a 12-point.
So what's holding the tranny and what's the other?
Nothing actually. So, Ryan, just everything besides the two big ones on the corners. Okay, good.
These guys are marking the chassis on the table so that the chassis will line up. They know where to put it.
What is that?
One nut.
There you go.
That doesn't go any lower than that, yeah? So-
Okay, it doesn't go any lower?
No, we bent the shaft,
Oh, yeah.
jacking the car up.
They're all... Sounds about like ours. The bell housing?
No, mid-plate.
Oh yeah, for sure those. Yeah, I would agree with that. Making sure.
America, Australia, still come from China.
Still come from China. There you go.
He knows, he knows. All right, hold
So you guys are not really much different. You're just way farther away.
Yeah. Well, you're farther away.
Well,
he's
I feel
closer.
like you're farther away. But yeah.
He has a good
true.
point.
It's a good point. We're in your place, so I'm farther away. That's true.
But he is closer to
Not
China.
today.
Yeah, China's
Hey, I
more-
just want y'all to know this is not how I wanted to become friends with you guys. Okay?
It's all right.
But I'm glad I did. So
We
is
should
that
just-
off?
We used to just watch you on YouTube.
Yeah, I just started watching last week.
No, we used to watch you on YouTube.
Oh, did you?
Okay.
Door's name was still.
Yeah.
Okay.
Convertible stuff.
Okay, we can know. We can't go.
hang on.
So
Ready?
No.
Oh, so what's the go?
we're gonna have to pick this up.
I don't think this is going to come out this way, but
Can it?
Can we go back or pull the converter out and then we can tilt it forward?
yeah, let's try it.
Yeah, let's try. We gotta go up with the jack. We gotta go up the jack because we're hitting the bars.
Just push it through the roof. Give us the eighth of an inch of it.
There we go.
There you go.
About half.
Take a half. That's better than nothing.
You definitely unplugged everything from the
I
training?
think so. So I was
If
gonna
not,
check
it's
it.
going to be unplugged in a minute. Yeah, this side's good.
Can we go forward any?
Yeah.
This is good.
Will that clear?
Oh, it's gonna be close.
Oh, clear? Okay, go straight down. We probably could have left the converter in it.
Just watch the dump valve to clear the chassis there.
It's gonna have to go that way. Come on.
Hang on, we're on the mount back here.
No, it's
If you can, here, we just need to get by this. Okay, now come on.
good. Now come back.
That good?
Yeah, that needs to be redone.
You put it in there.
Said backwards what I meant, but surely they did not make it to where you have to pull the training off the top. That would be terrible.
You've seen cars like that.
I have seen them. Sean Sean's is like that.
That's what he asked me. He goes, "Do you have to pull it off the top?" I said, "I hope not."
Well,
we
our cars
literally
are from the top.
we make them where you can't, or you should where you shouldn't have to go off the top.
So
That's it.
That's it.
We can wheel this to the bench and just slide it straight onto the bench. Oh, you just got to pull it apart or anything?
no, I don't think we need to. I hope we don't.
I'll just
Can you clean this up?
You just want to pick it up? Or?
So look right here. That's like that.
Are you right to hoist it there?
What style are they?
No,
this?
I want to see where they're tweaked. Because what I want to do is fit the bonnet
Yeah.
and take a brace off it so we know the bonnet's not going to be repaired.
I got you. Okay. So would you? I think we're just getting ready to load.
Yeah,
it.
we're gonna go down now.
I'll just fit in around you guys.
Okay.
All good. I was just looking.
One second.
I'm a terrible.
Or just cut the zip tie. Cut the zip tie. It's the engine tip.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing.
Maybe.
Otherwise, get him to just leak to. He knows where I pick stuff up from.
I'll go stand.
This man is not playing. This is business. Hey Ryan, he's our new Casey, but a lot quieter.
Oh yeah.
You want to catch yourself.
I can use the drama.
So we got the motor out, tranny out. You're looking at the frame, Ryan.
Yep.
So what are you thinking now?
It is, honestly, it's about like what we figured it was. It's pretty much bent from right behind the control arm. You can see the bend starts right behind the control arm. So it kind of all depends on how far we can go back on this as to how easy the repair will be. It's not going to be easy, but Glenn's going to figure it out here in a minute. I know. He's been brainstorming for the last 15, 20 minutes on what to do. But we do know we got the mid, so now that the motor's everything out of the way, that's bent. That's tore up pretty good. So it took a good whack in the wreck.
My only concern is this one is also bent. Yep. The lower, but it's bent. It's like it's stressing it where the sleeve was previously. Yep. It's been cut here and cut there. Yep. So, I mean, if it doesn't spring back, which I don't think it will, and we have to cut it anyway, we might as well go back to the original slice here. Yeah. You know, so I'm gonna mount my jig here and here. Okay. I would say at this stage it probably needs both lower rails. Yeah. And if I can save both tops to here, I'll cut it behind these and then in the front.
That's the bent. This?
Let's see it, right?
Yeah, that's definitely one. I feel like you can straighten this though. Thank you very much. Thank you. Use your place.
That's loaded, eh?
That's loaded up. I wonder if we can unpick that. We can keep this in. Can you find sleeve material for this, please?
Yep.
Trying to keep that right.
Trying to keep it hot.
What if you just lock, you get that out of the way, and you can just plan it out there.
Nailed it. Voila. A little bit of LV, but it might just be the wheels. Inch and 5/8. Sorry, inch and
Let's give that a quick read, see if it goes in. You said the lowers were 58, yeah?
Ain't no way for it to be right.
We'll shape it. We'll use it as a
template.
We'll use it as just a template, and then we'll shape it right.
Would it help you to have pictures of it?
No, I'll just copy. I'll make templates from the other side and just flip it. But all I had was probably 30 centimeters.
So it's hard to do anything with it.
Yeah, 12 inches is just nothing. So
yeah, one side is good, right? Is that right?
Relatively,
yeah.
Yeah, we'll save one side and I'll take templates off. Yeah, you just got to make the best of it.
Yeah.
Fuck. Wow. Damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got everyone here.
I remember that. I remember. You guys came with somebody, didn't you?
When we get home, Rob,
Dominic was
Okay.
yeah, because Dale.
528. Was it quarter inch and a quarter? Inch and a half. 58.